I should really stop wearing a white shirt while doing this. But either way, today I want to talk about profanity. I remember back then, like, I was a very anti profanity person. Like, every time I'd hear my sister say it, she's like much older than I am, I'd be like, yo, that's a bad thing to say. And then look at me coming up 6 years later, and I'm just down in the same thing. Whenever I'm alone, not around my family, sometimes it's not like I slip up. It's like I say it. I just say it because it sounds so natural. That's just how the group is. You have a group that's okay with cursing, and then there's you. And the one thing I realize is that cursing, in that sense, is a social pressure because it's kind of odd if you don't curse. Like it's basically like a group has their own vocabulary, you know. And if you don't follow the vocabulary, you're pretty much an outsider. Um, I think it's also an addiction as well because you start with nothing, and then once you start cussing, and then once you have your friends, right? Then things start becoming more natural. You could see it in your texts, just like go to the person and you can see how much they cuss, right? And the thing about cussing is that it's in you make it become an integral part of yourself, you know, that vocabulary. And while I don't like shut down on it, sometimes it's better not to do it because then what happens is the intensity of what you're trying to say gets doled out over time. Because when there's this one time when I just didn't cuss for a while, and then I cussed once, and then it was like really scary, right? But inside a group where it's normal, it's super hard to like stress significance when cussing is pretty much all they hear, you know? Um, I'm when I'm at home, I don't cuss a lot, and it just shows how much environment matters. So, me trying to disconnect myself from social pressure, I am less inclined to cuss, and I think it'll be a good, kind of a good remake of myself. Um, cause of course one of the reasons is I don't want to have that language, all the time in my head, using it as, oh, this is a normal thing to say, right? But at the same time, if I do use it, which I'm not afraid to, if I do use it, it's gonna be a lot more powerful. And yeah, so just I'd reduce on that.